Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our live stream today. Are you madly in love? No, I'm just curious because either you're an H-1B visa holder in the US who's filing a petition with your employer to convert to a green card if you have the right visa allocations, or you're maybe waiting for the Canadian immigration system to process your PR. Just as an example, for H-1B visa holders in the US, in order to file an I-485 to convert to a green card, if you're from India, it can take over 12 years, as per the USCIS bulletins. Of course, that's if the EB1 and EB2 programs still exist in 12 years. Not very different from applicants stuck in the Canadian immigration system who may be waiting for 10, 25, 35 years, depending on what category you're in, for their permanent residencies to be approved, whether you're inside or outside Canada. Doesn't really matter that much. Yes, that's what I'm asking. If you're madly in love or blindly in love, because if you weren't, why would you be waiting for so long without any certainty on the outcome of your immigration program? Today we'll be covering the most secure and fastest permanent residency pathway in North America, namely the US green card. Yes, it comes to us as a surprise as well, and everyone else watching is that, hey, I thought the US doesn't want immigrants. Well, they want immigrants with money. Whether you have skills or family ties, they don't care. Whether you have a job, they don't care, because as we all know, there's a lot of political polarization right now. But if you have the funds to invest, the red carpet is wide open. No special effects, no editing or censorship, just the exposed truth, like the rest of our videos on our YouTube channel. And after the live stream, we'll be answering all of your live comments and questions here on our YouTube channel. Quick introduction. If you don't know me, my name is Reza, founder of Ingwe, your gateway to international secure, low-risk investments, alternative residencies, citizenships, and beyond. We have an active portfolio of more than 20 countries and services that opens up a world of possibilities for investors, serious professionals seeking returns on their investments, residencies, and citizenship. Our team is licensed both in residencies, citizenships, and real estate. We work both with B2B and B2C channels, meaning we cooperate with financial and investment advisors, multifamily offices, real estate brokerages, developer, project owners, and directly as well with individual investors and families just like yourself. At Ingwe, we have successfully helped thousands of families since 2018 with overseas investments and programs. Our existing portfolio includes Europe, Central America, North America, the Caribbean islands, New Zealand, and even a small island in Micronesia called Nauru. Whether you're seeking to invest in real estate abroad, aiming to retire comfortably and enhance your quality of life with positive cash flow, find crypto-friendly tax countries, or perhaps even acquire direct citizenship without actually moving anywhere, or fast-track residency, whether it's for yourself, your clients, or perhaps future generations, we do offer a diverse range of options. We're not a typical sales company, folks. We educate you, provide you with resources, facts, guide you, and help you weigh all your options based on risk, return, matching your short, medium, and long-term goals. You can consider us as a custom solution provider. You don't deal with salespeople. You actually deal with people, consultants who actually process cases and have lived and immigrated all their lives, like me. Our global partnerships and multilingual team ensure no matter where you're coming from or where you're planning to invest in, you'll have seamless support throughout the whole process. Not just the beginning, we're there till the end. If you want to ask us questions or engage with our office in Panama or Canada or US, make sure you visit our website and fill out the contact form. Okay, folks, let's jump into it. Pop quiz. What's the most certain way to obtain a permanent residency in North America? Bingo, it's the US Green Card Program. Fifth preference employment-based program called EB-5. Remember, I didn't mention it's risk-free because your capital investment has to be at risk. So if anyone's watching this and you're like, oh, Reza, it's not risk-free. Of course, for the actual green card immigration program, there's no backlog. The pathway doesn't require active management of a company or investment. So that's why we're saying it's the easiest. You can obtain a green card within 24 months. What? 24 months to the US green card? Possible? Folks, listen closely. This is the fastest program and most certain pathway to a permanent residency in North America. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Why are you ignoring it or trying other programs? Are you a guinea pig? Or maybe you have infinite life expectancy. You're expected to live till you're 1,100 years old, and time is not important for you. Okay, I respect that. If you don't fall under any of these two categories, which I mentioned, I know I don't, and probably most humans don't, well, you should consider the following program and process and steps for the EB-5 investment green card program. I'll outline the steps, process, fees from inside the US or even outside, and how to even get a discount a bit later in our video. Well, let's do a head-to-head comparison. EB1, EB2, EB5. The data says it all. Many applicants, especially those born in high-demand countries, India or China especially, face multi-decade wait times for traditional employment-based visas like the EB1, first preference employment category, or the second preference employment category, EB2. The EB-5 program particularly has a reserved category created by the EB-5 Reform and Integrity Act of 2022 after COVID, called RIA. It bypasses these backlogs entirely for now, right? So if you look at EB2, and if you're from India, the USCIS visa bulletin cutoff date is December 1st, 2013. So you're expecting 12 years backlog in terms of visa availability. So they're not actually processing anything. It's just visa allocations available to be processed and to actually be able to file a petition I-485. What about the EB1 category? India and China, April 15th, 2023, May 15th, 2023. So at least 2 years, and maintaining extraordinary category. So you've got to be Wonder Woman or Wonder Man. You know, you have to have achieved significance or something. Who knows, right? But again, not everyone falls in that category. And if you want to squeeze in there and wait that long and maybe not be approved, what is that? I don't understand. EB-5 unreserved, India right now is April 1st, 2022. So it's projected to be 7 to 8 years, right? But the EB-5 visa for the reserved category, and we'll get into that, is current for all nationalities. No visa backlog. This is the fastest path. Capital at risk, USCIS I-526E petition, processing time, no backlog, no retrogression. What are the key differences and advantages of the EB-5 program versus these employment-based EB programs for US, besides the fast processing for the reserved visa categories? Well, you don't need any employer sponsorship. It's all based on you. No need to have any employer in the US. You don't even need to know anyone in the US to do the EB-5. No H-1B lottery required. Don't leave it to chance. Lotteries don't work for immigration, especially with all the new government policies and politics changing every month. No family petition needed. No family ties at all. It's not related to family. No extraordinary skills or education required. You literally don't even need to have high school diploma or you don't even need to know how to read or write or have any skills, education or work experience for the EB-5. I'm serious. I'm not exaggerating. It's all about your source of funds. You've got the money, or maybe your parents do, maybe your uncle does. I don't know. You could be doing nothing all your life and just have the money and still qualify for this fast track green card program. So think about this. You're a professional IT engineer, software developer, maybe you're a research scientist, and you based on your nationality, you're like, wow, maybe in the next 12, 15 years, I'll get a green card while I'm in the US working for my employer. But then some Joe Blow who has the money and has zero skills is going to get a green card before you. It's a weird one. Include spouse and children under the age of 21 with your green card. Bring the whole family or convert the whole family if you're in the US. Path to US citizenship, right? Obtain your green card so you can actually become eligible for a US passport in the future, right? So imagine you spent 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 years in the US and you have no pathway to citizenship. I mean, who lives in a country that long and doesn't get citizenship? I mean, I know in Dubai, Saudi, that's true, but North America, my God, this is the 21st century, folks. Wake up. What are the EB-5 green card investment program requirements and the investment tiers? As a potential EB-5 applicant seeking a green card in the US within 24 months, it's critical to know the EB-5 Reform and Integrity Act of 2022. This law secured the program and created the reserve visa category. That's why we don't have a huge backlog now, which are the source of the current speed advantage for this green card. So the targeted employment area, TEA, is 800,000 minimum US investment. Create 10 full-time jobs. And the reserve visas are for rural, high unemployment, and infrastructure. And those have no retrogression, or as we call it in the normal world, backlog. So there's nobody waiting. You just apply, you will actually be processed. Oh my God, that's crazy, right? The non-TEA targeted employment areas is $1,050,000 US as an investment, your capital investment. Again, 10 full-time jobs, but there's fewer project restrictions. And yeah, it's not very common, but it exists. But this is what's being created in 2022, these reserve visas. And that's why the EB-5, funny enough, people who applied in 2017, 18, 19, 20, and 21 are stuck in this massive backlog, especially if they were from Vietnam, China, or India. But people who applied in 2025, let's say today, will be processed faster than those people who applied 6, 7 years ago. Holy moly. The investment capital must be at risk in order to qualify for this immigration program, and is generally returned between 3 to 5 years, plus minus 1 year. Don't believe everything they say out there on those projects, right? But it depends on the project. If the project is already underway, it's like there's a lot of milestones achieved and progress, then of course you've got a shorter timeline on potentially getting that in capital investment back when the project is successful and stabilized. If it's a brand new project, then you are at least looking at 5 years plus. So if they tell you 3, it's usually 3 years plus 10, 12 months. If they tell you 5 years, it's usually 6 years at least. The program has proven its impact, facilitating the creation of 1.7 million American jobs directly and indirectly, and generating $184 billion and contributing to the US GDP between 2016 and 19. That means contribution and generation. I'm not talking about the investment alone. The ability to file for the adjustment of status, so that's the AOS, concurrently is the single biggest advantage for EB-5 applicants already inside the US, meaning you're there on an H-1B, an F-1, an S-1, whatever it is, an L-1A, you're inside the US, and you can convert, or as we call it, adjustment of status, and that's a huge advantage. The EB-5 program is a multi-stage process leading from temporary residency to US citizenship after 5 years. So you got to be careful, and we'll cover the steps, the fees. Let's cover the process from inside the US. If you have status inside the US, okay, so if you're currently residing in the US on a valid non-immigrant visa, H-1B, L-1A, F-1, E-2, whatever, and whose category is current, like the reserve visas we just talked about for EB-5, the concurrent filing provision is a game changer. I'm telling you, folks. It allows applicants to file their EB-5 immigration petition, I-526, and their green card petition, I-485, simultaneously. Wow, that's good. The main benefit is the immediate ability to apply for temporary benefits. Employment authorization document. So this is the EAD form I-765, an unrestricted work permit that frees the applicant and their dependents from the employer sponsorship. It's like you can work for anyone, work for yourself, not work, do whatever you want, right? So you've had a great job. Your employer is still going to employ you if they want to. So what does it matter? You can get an unrestricted work permit while you're in the US. And if you don't like your job, or you have some other opportunities to work on your own or work contractually as an independent consultant, tax benefits, ding, ding, then this is great. And then you do the advanced parole as well with these temporary benefits, which is the AP form I-131, a travel document that allows international travel without jeopardizing the pending I-485 application. Okay, so that means you can travel in and out while those applications for the I-485 and your petitions are under process without risking cancellation. These benefits are often approved within, let's say 6 months, 4 months, sometimes 7 months, plus minus, whatever it is. It's not years. That's the key. Whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, providing stability and flexibility long before the final green card is issued. So you've got these benefits even before the green card is done. So what are the concurrent filing steps and accelerated timelines for people who are actually inside the US with status? So you will do an investment and source of funds. So we got to do a pre-assessment, preparing everything, and doing the investment itself, right? So pre-assessment, this could take 1 week, 2 weeks. It really depends how clear and ready your documents are. Select your project. So it could be 1 day, a week, a month. It's up to you. We'll give you all the details, financial prospectuses, and then preparing the applications, but you've got to make the investment. So this could take 4 weeks, 8 weeks. It really depends on you, how ready you are with your funds and your documents. We will do a pre-assessment before you invest. That's really important. Then we file the I-526E immigration petition to the U.S. Immigration Department, and the I-485 adjustment of status, and the I-765 EAD, and the I-131 for the parole simultaneously, all with the USCIS. Obviously, we can file it all in 1 day, but we've got to prepare all these. Later on, you got to do your biometrics, attend the biometrics appointment, fingerprints, and photo for the I-485 application we've done. So that could be another 4 weeks, for example, or 6 weeks. Receive the EAD or AP. So what we applied in terms of the employment authorization document or the advanced parole. Okay. So the investor independents receive the EAD cards, unrestricted work permits, and AP travel documents. And again, this is the accelerated benefits I was talking about, which can take 3, 4, 5, 6 months, right? And then after about 12 to 24 months, so let's say 15, 18, 20 months, 24 months, the I-526E that you filed is approved, and then the I-485 is finalized, granting you a 2-year conditional green card. The way it works is you get a 2-year conditional green card for you and your family, and then the conditions are removed when the project is successful by creating those minimum 10 US jobs. And then those conditions will be removed. So that's because the 2 years gives you 2 years to remove those conditions. So when you've already have a project underway, wow, it means that you're more certain that as soon as you invest, the project will create those jobs, so you can remove those conditions immediately within the last 90 days of that 2-year window. What are the costs for the investment, professional fees, and non-refundable government processing fees? It's crucial to note that effective April 2024, last year, USCIS began charging separate fees for the I-765, which is the employment authorization document, and the advanced parole forms when filed concurrently with the I-485. So it's a premium the government is charging. So these are all the fees you get at budget, okay? The regional center fee, it can be anywhere from $70,000 to $80,000 paid to the regional center in the US that has the designated approved projects for the EB-5. The legal fee, so it ranges roughly around 25,000 US for the whole family for the entire process, and you don't pay it all up front, right? And then the I-526E, the immigration investor petition, you pay to the government 12,160 per family. That's paid to the USCIS. The I-485 adjustment of status, again, when you're applying from inside the US, is 1,440 per individual over the age of 14, paid to the USCIS. Employment authorization, the EAD, I-765, is $260 per person when filed with the I-485. We'll do it all together. And then the I-131 as well, the advanced parole to allow you to travel, $630 per person when filed with the rest of your application. And then the I-829, which comes later, about 2 years. Again, you're not paying all these things up front. Some of them, yes, right? So all these petitions, the legal fees are usually within 2 milestones. So you split that. And then the I-829 is the removal of your petition. So this could be 3-4 years down the line, right? When you already have the conditional green card. That's $9,525 you pay the USCIS, US government, per family to remove those conditions. Now let's cover the steps to do the green card program through the E-5 if you're from the outside, if you're from outside of the US. Again, sources of funds, investment, so that could take you 4 weeks, 8 weeks. It's up to you, right? Signing the legal agreement, doing the pre-assessment, selecting your project, doing the fund transfer to the regional center, and investing in that designated project. Then we filed the immigration petition for alien investors, the I-526E, with the government. So the process can take around 12 to 18 months to be processed for the education. And then there's a consulate interview when you're outside the US and a visa stamping, which is the DS-260, right? So that can take another 2 to 6 months. So let's say the whole thing takes 12 to 15 months plus another 2 to 6 months to do the interview, complete it, and file the DS-260. So we're looking at anywhere 18 to 24 months, right? And then at that time, you receive the conditional green card. So within 2 years, even when you're outside of the US and you'd use the reserve visa allocations for the EB-5, depending on your nationality, you could get a conditional green card within 24 months of filing. And then 12 months later or 24 months later, you can remove the conditions of your green card, just like the rest of the EB-5 folks, with the I-829 petition by investor to remove conditions within 90 days before the 2-year anniversary of your conditional green card. And that depends on the project. And then you've got a permanent green card, all conditions removed, right? An unconditional green card. And then it's 5 years to citizenship after that, if you spend enough time in the US. When considering the EB-5 program, it's essential to factor total costs, which includes investment, professional fees, and non-refundable government processing. And remember, the investment is a capital investment, could be also equity investment, which is refundable based on the success of that project, right? It's like any business investment. Is there a zero risk business investment in this world? Is there? No, there's no such thing as 100%. However, you have to gauge and compare and assess the projects to make sure you're investing in something that potentially is already on its way, already under construction. You're seeing good progress. They have enough investors, right? Required fees, right? Excluding the capital investment. So remember, you got to do the project administration fee, which is the regional center fee. It can range 70 to 80,000. The attorney, 25,000 US for the family. That is split into two. So you pay once now, and then the balance when you're trying to remove your green card conditions. And then the conditional green card petition, removal conditions, those are later on, right? And then if you're inside the US, as I said, you're doing adjustment of status. So there's more fees if you're inside the US for the government. Folks, if you're tired of uncertainty, the endless delays, and the decades-long backlogs, I'm talking about decades-long backlog of traditional employment-based visas anywhere in North America, the EB-5 reserve category offers a definite fast-track solution to securing your family's future in the US. Don't be a guinea pig for an infinite timeline. I'm serious. Contact us and learn how to qualify for this game-changing program and take advantage of the current reserve visa categories. Now that you've watched this whole video live stream, I know you're serious. Use the code that we have in the description below this video to book a complimentary one-on-one video consultation with me and my team that specializes in EB5 eligibility, steps, risks, projects, options, and anything you need to know about this green card program. It is exclusively only for EB5 applicants. This offer is only available for viewers who watch this live stream, as we're not offering it in any of our other videos and promotions online. Stay tuned over the next few weeks where we'll have interviews, insights, and EB5 legal teams and experts, bankruptcy lawyers, immigration lawyers, liquidation specialists, and what to watch out for when selecting an EB5 program, and also interviews with financial advisors in the US who can guide you on how to use your assets as collateral to borrow to make the EB5 investments, and what to watch out for when making these investments. As we'll cover some of the top projects as well for EB5 available in the US, and we'll compare ROI versus capital security. So top 5 projects of people who are chasing ROI, I don't recommend it, and then the people who are looking for capital security, and how to lock in the age of your dependent children during the EB5 green card program in case they're not born in the US, which is a bit tricky if they're not born in the US and they're, let's say, around 19 or 20. You'll definitely need to watch those guides because it's not as straightforward when you're trying to lock in your dependent children's age. If you like international immigration hacks, creative residency citizenship solutions, or key analysis and the exposed truth about programs, policies, and updates around the world, whether it's North America or anywhere else, you can click the subscribe button on our YouTube channel where we post more videos and latest on the latest investment, residency, citizenships, and fast-track residency. And if you're wondering why you should subscribe, well, it's free. And it's very easy to unsubscribe. That's the key. Thank you for tuning into our live session. If you see the potential for yourself, your family, or your clients in securing a second, third, or even fourth citizenship or residency, or maybe it's your first, make sure to stay connected with us with the latest updates and opportunities in the global residency citizenship industry. We're dedicated to crafting custom solutions to meet your requirements. Clear, upfront processes, payment milestones. We offer a variety of programs to match your goals, backed by our expertise and our network. Our commitment to you: transparency, choice, security. With comprehensive insurance and client trust accounts in the North American banking institutions, we protect your interests. Plus, our bilingual team speaks over 6 languages, and we've helped clients from 55 different countries. And I'm not kidding, 55 different countries. That's where our clients are based from. Ready to take the next step? Use the code below this video to do a free EB5 Zoom video consultation. And of course, we've got some questions. Frail from our live stream. Hi, sir. Have you heard something about increasing the number of Canadian startup visa programs for 2026? They'll be unveiled, the level plan, sometimes this month. No, there is no such thing. I'll be quite confident that for the Canadian startup visa program, there will not be an increase in number of startup visa allocations for 2026. It just doesn't make sense at this point. We don't have any information that indicates that. I'm a 2021 applicant, non-priority organization. Do you reckon anytime next year I should receive a response? Thanks and have a good day. It's tough. Everyone's waiting, Frail, and thank you for that question. You would have to keep on waiting. The processing time is longer for non-priority, whether it's next year or in 5 years. Nobody can give you a clear answer. And I'm talking about like even the government or an MP can't even give you a proper answer on that. So I'm not going to even try to guess. Rosita says, hello, Reza. Thank you, Rosita. Thank you for tuning in. Samvir Kumar, hello, Reza. Hello, Samvir. Welcome back to our live stream today. We were covering the fastest permanent residency program in North America, which is not in Canada, unfortunately. But if you have any questions or concerns, please post them. We're here every Thursday, 11:30 a.m. North America Standard Eastern Time. So local time zone: Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, New York, New Jersey, Michigan, Florida. We're here. every Thursday, covering different topics, exposing the truth, and letting you know what's happening and allowing you to come and comment and question. It's getting worse every year. Yes, Samvir, it's not getting better. That's a reality. And we put a lot of videos out there. And some people have called us out and saying, oh, you're making it sound so dramatic, Reza. Well, no, I'm just reporting the data, the facts, the stats that are being provided to us by the government. That's all we're doing. And some people are like, I think there's some agencies and service providers who don't like what we're reporting online to applicants, whether it's for any program around the world. But right now, Canada is in bad shape. Okay, it's not impossible. If you're non-priority, then I would not be holding my breath if you're non-priority, because then you'd run out of breath. And that's not good, because as everyone knows, we need to breathe and drink water. Those are the two things that keep us alive. Anyways, folks, thanks for tuning in. To people in the shadows who don't ask questions, do like this video if you have a mouse or a keyboard. And we'll be back here next week and talking about programs that actually make sense, programs that actually give you permanent residency, programs that give you results with clear timelines without the uncertainty. Samvir says there is a SUV group on WhatsApp and they don't like that you're saying. Oh, seriously, Samvir? This is interesting. This is really interesting. What don't they like about what I'm saying? Are these like service providers, or are they actually not WhatsApp, startup visa applicants? And are they like, it's an international group or it's a group from India? I would love to be part of that WhatsApp group. I would love that, Samvir. Tell me more. Yeah, but 1,000 applications. Wow. And I assume in that group, they don't allow lawyers, consultants, or agencies, right, from startup to join. It's only applicants, right? Right, Samvir? This is funny, man. This is like the rumor mill. But I mean, they don't like, okay, yes, worldwide the applicant. So why don't they like what I'm saying? Is like, I'm confused. Like, do they want me to lie? Like, seriously? Because yeah, I could do that. I mean, that's funny. And what is it? Is it like they're sharing the video links and they're saying this guy's saying it's taking 188 years maybe, and then people are like, no, this guy's crazy, he's drunk, he's a lunatic, he's nuts. Is that what he's saying? Like, you're promoting other programs. Well, okay. So I mean, on my defense, maybe you can post a quote from me. I say, you can send a message somehow in the WhatsApp group. What should I be promoting? SUV? Or maybe get a job and wait for 20 years here to get a PR? That's what I'm talking about, right? So I'm quoting the stats and data that are being released in articles in the national news in Canada, and the government is declaring these statistics to be valid, right? So I'm promoting of course I am. What should I be promoting? Can you send a quote in that WhatsApp and tell them Reza says hi, and I respect everyone's comments, but what should I be promoting? We're an immigration solution provider. What should I be promoting? That's my question to the applicants. But tell them I respect all of them and I feel for them, and I'm here to support as much as we can based on the information we're getting. And you can tell them the latest update that there is a lobby group coming together by the designated organization that want to lobby and speak and have a voice in Ottawa with the government to secure a lifeline for startup visa, so it's not killed, it's not dead. So that's under process, and towards the end of the year we will see that potentially there will be some communication and a stronger lobby by the designated organizations towards the government of Canada, because right now it's very fragmented. Everyone just does their own thing. So that is potentially something that can come up, and it's under process. Like that group is getting together. But at the end of the day, I understand their frustration. And yeah, I have to sell other programs. I mean, what should I be selling? Canadian immigration? Oh yeah, learn French fluently and then come into the express entry. Or maybe go in the northern rural regions of Canada, freeze your butts off, and maybe we'll give you a PR. What should I be selling? Okay. So that's what it is. They don't like it because I'm scaring people. No, none of the stats or data I've reported is untrue for startup visa. It's all on the government website. It's all in the reports. I mean, there's been articles in this Toronto Star. CBC did an article. There was 2 articles from Toronto Star in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. One yesterday, 2 days ago, one from a month ago. And yesterday or the day before, there was a CBC article, like Canadian National Broadcasting, right? So I'm just reporting the stats. And if they don't want to accept it, that's okay. But I have to sell something else. Should I be selling SUV? So Samvi, that's my question to the group. Should I be selling SUV and bringing more people? Because at the end of the day, we're a business. We're a business for profit. We're not a charity, and we're not a government organization, right? I bring them on the live streams weeks ago, and they don't like it. Okay, well. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? To be honest with you, what can I say? But tell them I feel their pain, and I don't want to upset them. But what should I do? Should I be promoting SUV? Okay. Or should I be selling something that works for people who are considering a permanent residency? And tell them this. I've dedicated about 5 years now since COVID and updating startup visa applicants, giving them policies, insights, things that nobody else is reporting based on our experience, right? So we've dedicated a long time for our startup visa applicants, and now we're just telling them the truth, what the government has reported. So, but I appreciate it. Yeah, no worries, Sophie. I mean, not everyone will agree with your comments or somebody's comments. The world is split between this opinion A, opinion B, right? And that's everyone's right to have difference in opinions, but respecting each other. But it is what it is. What can I say? They should be angry at the government, not me, right? Don't shoot the messenger, okay? And eventually, these 1,000 applicants will come and realize that, yeah, the truth will set them free. Each week, group reviews your videos about SUV. Oh my God. That is so crazy. Oh my God, Samir, I hope they're not going to assassinate you for giving me this information, but just tell them I feel for them. I don't want them to be in more pain, but I cannot be promoting and selling SUV. So I got to sell something else. But at the same time, I've got to be reporting to you what the government is telling us, what they're reporting, and tell them this is the latest hot news from Reza. Give them this news that there's several designated organizations that are getting together, hiring a lobby group in Ottawa to push to have some meetings with high-level committees and ministers to discuss the startup visa and to create a lifeline so it's not killed. Okay, send them my that message that there is hope, and tell them I want SUV to survive. Okay, that was my bread and butter, right? I want SUV to survive. There's so many applicants. We have clients too. Why would I want SUV to be, to crash and burn? No, I don't. I expose the truth. That's all I do. That's my job on this YouTube channel. My name is different, is in the group. Sure. Yeah, no worries. Keep it anonymous. But tell them that under my latest news, and tell them I respect their opinions and I do feel for them. But my job is to report the truth and at the same time to sell a product, because we're a global mobility firm. So I can't sell SUV because that would be a little bit of a conflict of interest if I'm telling you this and I'm selling you that. Thank you, Samveer. That was a great chat we had. And if anyone's watching this and they have no clue what we're talking about, it was about the Canadian Startup Visa, not about the EB5. If you're an H-1B visa holder, L1A, E2, F1, whatever it is, S2, S1 in the US, you have options with the EB5. In Canada, you don't have options, really, a fast track for permanent residency, but we're seeing some people who are stuck in the Canadian system now using Plan B and doing a US application, just in case, because it does not negate your Canadian immigration. It is not illegal to do it, and it will not affect your permanent residency if you're stuck in the Canadian backlog. If you have another residency application for, I don't know, anywhere else in the world. Have a good day. Thanks, Samveer. Take care. Thanks for everyone watching in the shadows in the background who's not commenting. Do a like on this video if you don't want to get me fired. And if you don't want, and if you like the truth, thumbs up. Okay. Thanks, everyone. See you next Thursday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. And watch out. Next month, we've got a whole bunch of interviews with people and insights from experts. And that's what I'm looking forward to sharing with our audience out there and exposing the truth and letting you make the decision where to apply, how to apply. Okay? Thanks, Care. Appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.